Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. As you guys can see, the city is completely rebuilt from last time. There's actually little hint left at the fact that the entire city was hit by a tsunami slash meteor mix. And even this industrial area over here is back stronger than ever, with ludicrous amounts of building leading to a new skyrise area. So I think we've pretty well shown the tsunami that no, it cannot stop the greatness of an entire nation. We have the meteor monument too, which is pretty great. But today we are going to be talking about an issue that kills more people than the tsunami or the meteor. An issue that's slowly strangling our city as time goes on, and that's seriously squandering our potential. And that is traffic. Traffic is a problem. Certain parts of the road are getting so much traffic that people, including emergency equipment, are not able to get to their destinations in time. This causes massive issues, such as right here where pretty much the entire output of an entire train station and city is being blocked off due to just extreme congestion. These issues could be simply fixed, and that's what we're going to be doing this time. We're going to be figuring out where things are clogging up and fixing them. Let's start out by quickly going here and getting rid of that stoplight there. That'll let cars go as they come, and that's kind of how it was designed to go in the first place. So letting that happen will really lighten up the amount of cars that are being held back here. So that's a slight fix, but it's nothing permanent nor really working. I mean, it's good enough for our purposes at this second. We're going to improve it though, because we can still see there's a lot of backing up going on. Now this freeway we fixed up last episode, and it's working pretty well now. The merging is smooth, it goes across, and it hits every single point it needs to. By the end, there isn't a huge lag of cars, there's a diverse amount of ways for the traffic to go. It's pretty nice. If only the rest of the city could be like that. But before we dive all the way in and start rerouting our major roads, let's look at what we can do to get rid of the use of roads. First off, what are we actually using in this city? Well, a lot of people are coming in through the highway system. I'd say 99% of them are, because there's no other way to get into the city. Wait, so 100% of them are. I mean, except for the ones who were born in the city, I guess would be that 1%. But these here are only bringing cargo across. These aren't actually these ships bringing any people. Well, you know what? We can change that. Let's make it so that people can come into the city in ways other than their car. That is step one to making things here a lot nicer. And here we go. We are going to build the first commercial, non-industrial harbor. That's going to plop right here and be connected directly into the main highway system. Of course, this is going to require a slight amount of work. We just have to grab some highway and make sure that everything is connecting well. There we go. That's going to be our input into the city. And we can also drag out a way to go out. Well, I mean, not out, just still in, just in a different direction and slightly faster. Is that faster? I think we're just going to keep it simple. Yes, we will keep it simple. No reason to overcomplicate things. Well, except for the sake of overcomplicating it. And then we will make a way to get to here. This isn't a perfect way to get there, but I don't think many people are actually going to be trying to do that, so it's not a top priority at this moment. There we go. That looks pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit bent here, but that works. This is going to need power, which it is now complaining about. Wow, I can foretell the future. There we go. It has power now. What about water? Yes, that is not a pipe. That is electrical wires. There we go. That's a pipe. And we can connect that together. The people really like having the harbor nearby because it increases tourism by a ton, and it gives them another way to get around the city and to other countries, I guess. Slash cities. This isn't an entire country. This is just the capital of Vooperis, or the United Federations, whichever name you want to go by. So we can see all the freight shipments coming in, but when is the first cruise ship going to come in? That's a great question. Is anyone actually going to visit the city through this? Or is it just useless? We've got the cargo ships. There's quite a few cargo ships. Here's some incoming cargo ships. I do not see any cruise liners. Slightly depressing. I'm expecting some cruise ships to come in soon. Maybe not a ton, but I think that we do have enough people for there to be at least a little bit of people joining us here. I hope. Okay, so people are actually working here now. People are stopping here. Oh, a lot of people are stopping here, so maybe they're going to make a ship to go out somewhere else. Or maybe not. Okay, so this is a really inconvenient way to go places because this means that you have to go across here or through here and then through here to go to it. So we're probably going... There we are! Our first cruise liner exiting Spook Vooper. That is a milestone. Look at that. As it gracefully breaks through the bridge. Oh, these are some nice shots. Our city looks so nice. Okay, so we're going to raise all of these bridges so that there's nothing crashing through them anymore. We just have to pause, go to the ocean map, which is right here. Get out our bulldozing tool. And why we're set to underground, aren't we? This is going to be frustrating. Okay, that is right. So we'll do one of these at a time. These all need to be raised so that things don't crash into them. Here is number 1. These should also be turned into slightly heavier roads, but we're not going to worry about that quite yet. And then for the sake of simplicity... Oh, that didn't actually work. Okay. I expected that to actually work. There we are. That isn't terrible. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible either. Okay, so now we also need to route it through this bridge, which is curved. So this is going to be an actual pain. Well, shoot. How does this actually go through? Like that. Okay, so I see how it's done. So what we can do is do that. Okay, this takes some creativity. And then we can go like this. And then we can go like this. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. There's the potential for it to work. Oh, it just barely clips. Okay, so Only like half the people on the ship died. That's progress. Okay, there we go. That looks much better. I think that this is going to be able to hold the cargo ships under it without any trouble. There we go. Yeah, it hit the pole, but honestly, that's okay. That's not going to worry me. As long as they go under it, that is going to bother me. That is completely going to bother me. Come on. Can I just make a section that goes across without any poles there? Oh, come on, that one made... I guess there's no winning. I guess that's good enough. Okay, so this is simple. We just raise the entire thing. I think this is going to work fine right here. It's just slightly raised. Okay, so a ship comes through here. Wow, that clearance is perfect. It comes through there. Goes under there. What about the big ones, though? Is that going to clip? Oh, it does. Oh, you've got to be kidding. That's good enough. I can't actually do better than that. This area right here is the last spot that needs to be lifted. But this one's going to take the most work. But what if I simplify it and just do that? Ha! Take that, game. I think that's actually going to work fine. Oh, no. Oh, come on. These bridges are actually really nice. Shoot, we have to deal with those, too. Oh, that's actually coming over here. Wow, people coming into the city. Look at that. I'm not sure how many. Oh, that's actually not a bad amount. Tourists. Tons of tourists. Jeez. Okay, so this is actually creating... Yeah, this is diverting a lot of traffic. That's the whole point of it, though. So that's actually pretty good. We're moving a lot of traffic in, so not as many people have to use the roads. And that keeps this down. Where is this even coming from? It's just getting clogged up somehow. That's interesting. Is there a stop? There's a stop sign on the highway. City Skylines, why do you do this to me? Like, really? Okay, now if we go to junctions... Boop. No stop sign. We do not want stop signs on the highway. That's a terrible idea. There we go. We fixed up a huge problem in our traffic just by clicking a single button. Okay, so what's next? We have the tourism, which is doing very well. We've got these bridges we have to fix, which I'm going to worry about now. These are such nice bridges. That's the only part that sucks. Some of the stuff in City Skylines just looks absolutely phenomenal, and tearing it down feels bad. Feels bad, man. Okay, you know what? If we just copy this and do that, just with a giant arc over it. It looks slightly weird, but it definitely gives enough clearance for the ships. Look at that. That is perfect. Okay, never mind. That was easy. And they go through perfectly. So all of the roads are now dealt. That is weird to see, it bowing up at the top. It looks like it's not physically possible, but those extremely strong cables are going to hold it up. What's next, you may ask? Oh man, I love that we just have a huge tsunami defense system just still in place. It's really nice to know that if another tsunami hits us, we are not going to instantly die, and we have a ton of money now. Our most important city sectors are all protected. But now things get interesting. First off, let's check our education. People in the Discord are talking about school, so that made me think of our schools in our city. And as I thought, it could use a little bit of work. We need to add a few schools. Let's add one right here. Bam. How about a high school? That'll probably make people pretty happy. Let's add the cool looking high school right there. That will reach all of the people. People are upgrading their houses now. They are very happy to have a high school nearby. Wow. No, people are really happy to have a high school. Wow. Skyrises are coming out of this. The entire downtown area is upgrading themselves. This is, wow. That's quite... This is actually impacting the population. We have a huge population drop, and now it's gonna rise up even further because of how big the buildings are now. That's really nice. We have a very nice line of nicer buildings along the coast because it's the oldest area, but it's actually realistic. The high property prices on the coast would lead to them being slightly nicer. And then over here we have the old, well, not old, but the new buildings that just kind of look old. They aren't very fancy. But this entire area is going to get a little shook because we are going to give them a park. They actually don't have their own park. I've been waiting to do this, but it is time to give them a movie theater. Now, people love movie theaters in this game. They are going to go absolutely crazy. Ready for this? Here's the upgrades. This entire section is going to be convinced to upgrade. We can already see it happening. Ooh, bam, 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 bam. People all the way across the city are happy about that. People really, really like their movie theaters. This hospital really blends in well. This part of the city is just so nice. And this island was completely artificially created, is the funny part. It was not there to begin with. Okay, so now that we're done making this area have... Oh no, the school's on fire. Okay, that's actually pretty bad. Oh, it was fixed. Good job. So what's next up for us? We have traffic issues, and we're going to continue making a little bit more fancy. Oh, cargo hub. What? There's the cargo harbor, and then there's the cargo hub. Also accepts train... Oh, is that what we put down? Oh, so we actually put down a fancier version of it. I see. I get it. Sadly, we don't actually have any train tracks to link onto. There are none in this map, which is kind of triggering, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, so jumping back over here, we're just going to begin our new systems. First off, we're going to make a train station, a new one, at this part of the city, because the amount of population here is actually really high. What's our population? Franklin Square has a population of 3,000, while Tsunami Flats holds 15,000 people. That's almost a fourth of the city living in this one area, which makes it very important that we give them adequate ways to move around the city. Adding our system will be slightly complicated, but don't worry, we're going to plan this out by making a cool new section. We're going to jump over here, and I'm going to design something pretty awesome. So we're going to go 2 over, 2 down, 2 down, 2 over, 2 over, 2 up, 2 up, 2 over. This is going to make a huge roundabout, but in the center of this, we're going to have many transportation options, and we'll see if we want to add any other coolness to it. We're going to just make the roads kind of match it. We're kind of making the skeleton here of it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's looking pretty interesting. There we go. That looks kind of cool. And then we can do this. It's not perfect, but it's going to work for the sake of our city. The roads aren't completely even, but you won't be able to okay, this one you'll be able to tell. This is kind of obvious. Let's see if we can do better. There we go. That's not perfect, but it works. An amazingly large circle here. Let's just finish up. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. Let's fix up these few bottom bits. That's wider. Why is that wider? That is too. Okay, I guess that's just normal then because it kind of tilts. Now let's just get the sections, which are going to be simpler than below. Yeah, this time we're building a huge section of the city ahead of time. And you know why? Because this is going to be a very important section of the city. It's going to be handling a lot of transportation. So let's create the two. So what direction do we want this to go in? Probably this way. So now let's create the transportation area. So let's grab our train station and plop it right in the center. This is going to make people happy. At the same time, anyone too close will be unhappy. So we have to keep that in mind. Here's our train station. We're going to now do some careful zoning to get power to it. We are just going to do this. There we go, and watch this. We're going to build all the way up to it, and it's going to fix our issues. There we go. Okay, so now that this is here, we can now do the rest. And this is another reason why I wanted this set up before we actually built houses here, because it's going to have raised platforms. How far out does this go? 24 meters. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't the right measurement. 16. 16. And it needs to go up 24. There we go. So as you can see, this rail station is going to go through the city, which makes it slightly more complicated because buildings, I don't want to rip down buildings, but I'm fine covering up spaces where buildings aren't already. Just feel bad ripping down people's homes. Oh, look at that. That perfectly fits over that. Can we get it over here? Okay, we're going to have to rip down a few homes. That's okay, though. Was it really not going to work out perfectly? We can get it really close, though. And then we can fix it after. Okay, so this fancy train station is going to be handling a lot of traffic, which is the reason why we're bringing it all the way across the city. We're going to connect multiple sections of the city onto this. So I figured it would be a lot more convenient to just get it over with and have it already go all over the place. Space already occupied. Do you mean I can't actually get wires through this? Is that what you're saying to me, game? I can only bring these 24 meters above the ground. Well, that's fine, because I actually do have a solution. It just requires a little bit of landscaping. And deleting you. Okay, here we go. That should do good on that side, and we just have to copy it over here. Now let's see if this will reach over with a 24 meter. There we go, that's perfect. That reaches over beautifully. We get a little bit of a cool, you know, adds a little bit of character to the city. Now we're at the Sheffield district, which doesn't mean a lot on its own, except that we can tie it in to... Does this not have a train station? I thought it did. Okay, so let's create a train station in the Sheffield district. Considering how important of a part of the city this is, that actually really surprises me. Huh. Strange. I thought I had that dealt with. Okay, maybe not. Learn something new every day, don't ya? Usually not about a mistake you made with your personal city, but yeah. Do I want a train station on the beach? I feel like that's actually just ruining the beach. But then again, nobody actually uses the beach, so you know what? We're gonna put a train station on the beach. People can petition if they don't like it. The train station will both go onto the boardwalk, and it will connect to the main roads of the city. There we go, that's perfect. And let's do some curving here so that the train doesn't have to slow down or fall off of the tracks. Both would be bad. What do you mean space already occupied? There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Another one down. So this brings two important sections of the city connected together, but now we have to make the leap from here all the way over to here, which is the next important train station. Okay, doesn't seem that challenging. We just have to jump over this little island, wrap around the most complex traffic area of the city, and fuse it off. So, let's do it. So we're gonna do a turn like this. We're gonna bring it up to 24 meters. Pull it over. Bring it back down. Okay, we're gonna deal with this slightly. We have slight issues. It's okay, though. As long as the entire thing doesn't explode. Okay, we did accidentally cut off some power here. Not an issue. I think these guys already get power through the grapevine. Yeah, they do. Okay. actually not an issue. Never mind, we just cut off power to like 98% of the city. Where does this connect? This connects to here, this connects to here. This is outrageously close to the power station. We're going to actually make another way for the power to go, because this is getting ridiculous having things like this happen. We're gonna carry this over here. Darn it, we have so many complicated roads and stuff. We're gonna have to do this again. We're gonna have to get really fancy. Okay. Ooh, that's displacing quite a bit of water. I'm sure the game isn't going to be too happy with that. Please don't make a tsunami. Okay, that's not that bad. That could have been much worse. Okay, so that did something, and then we just need a little bit more dirt. So how will we get more dirt? Hey, why not use the convenient giant tsunami protection pit? Oh. This is actually easier to dig than I thought it would be. There we go. Okay, now that that's been expanded a bit, let's jump back over here. Smooth this out a little bit. And whoosh. Bring it to the other side. Now with these here, we should be able to cross over. Okay, that's an issue, but it's okay. We will solve it. We need to make it a little bit taller. There we go. That should be fine. This is a lot of money to literally put down a few mountains, but you know, that's how the world works. There we go. Beautiful. And now everyone should have power. There we are. The city is no longer shut off. That's an interesting job we did there, but it's okay. If it works, it works. And let's finish this up. We're at 33 minutes. Let's just connect this. We'll deal with actually making it work next time. Okay, so that goes around there, under there, over the power lines, and it does a turn and curves down to a stop at the correct station. Now we just have to make ways for you to get from one station to the other. Yay! Okay, so we just have to make new lines. This gets slightly complicated, so we want a way to get from here to actually, we're going to make a more universal lane system. So let's just quickly redo how these trains are working. And we will start here. We start on line here. We are going to go over to the left, go down to here, No, we gotta go on the right first. We've already made a mistake. Okay, go down here. Go to the right side of this. Bring it up to here. Go around here, all the way down to here. Go all the way up to here. And then we're turning around, wrapping back to here. Going all the way back to here. Going all the way. Now this is where it changes. It's gonna wrap around that way. And we're gonna stop here on the other side. And then we're gonna wrap back here. And that completes the line. And now everyone is a part of the train station, actually. There is now a universal way to get around the entire city. The trains are starting. People are actually going to the station. How many people will use the new system? We already have people flocking to it. This could actually be one of the best things we've made. Wow, that is a lot of people coming to this train station. More than I had anticipated, and I thought it would work pretty well. We've just begun, and we have hundreds of citizens, at least, walking over just to this one station. So let's check out how the other stations are doing. This station is being swamped. This was the most popular station before, but there's still a ton of people going to it. Over here, how is the sports center station? Lots of people. Lots and lots of people are using this. And if we jump down here, we can see there's a steady stream of people. Actually, this is the largest amount I've seen using this train station. 379 passengers in the last week there. Over here in the Sheffield district, we can see many of the citizens are choosing to use the train station. Which means that overall, this is a huge success. We've already serviced 404 people. That's 1,000 cars off of the road. Look at all the people walking. This should decrease traffic congestion by a large degree. This is actually a massive amount of people. That was a good idea. Okay guys, thank you for watching. We have done a lot of work on the infrastructure of our city in this episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have a great day after watching the video, and I will see you all next time. Let's quickly get a view of all the people using the railways. It's such a ridiculous amount of people. It's a flood of blue. Because it's a game day, so everyone's wearing their game shirt. That could be why there's so many, because a game just ended, so they may be going back to their homes from the game. It's going to make it a lot easier to get people to the game, at least. Yeah, this is great. Tons and tons of people are using the rail service. More than use the boat services. And those have been running forever. Let's go actually check on the over here in the sports. We do have people getting on and off. It's so cool to watch people using the transportation like trains because it's mesmerizing the amount of people that use it. You do not expect that many people to come off of a train. It's jam-packed. Bam. And then you watch them all exit the station, and they go on their way. Craziness. Craziness. They can walk all the way up to the latest concert, which isn't actually running. Okay. Bye. We're actually ending it now. I apologize. I run these videos way too long.